Welcome to Milton Keynes Station, or Milton Keynes Central Station. This is something a little bit different. Oh, jacket potatoes, toy trains, footballs, canal boats in a bottle, and cakes. And Rail 200. Last time I was Milton Keynes, which is actually a video that is not yet out, that'll be Wednesday's video, I was on West Coast Mainline South. This time, however, we're on the Trent Valley line. Let's just see what they've got in the sandwiches. Tomato, toasty. Ooh, chocolate chip cookies. Shouldn't really think of them because I'm diabetic, so yeah. This is a collectible, which I haven't yet done. It is a jacket potato. I've done 8 of the 40 because I have been up and down the line as a passenger once in each direction. The reason I've done that is because it then processes the shaders for the route. There's another collectible. It's crouched down, we can have a look at it. It is a Class 807 toy train in a version of the famous 00 scale manufacturer. I'm not going to say the name because they don't sponsor me. In fact, no one sponsors me. There's some signs. Can I go in here? No. Interesting. I have been around this station, so I've done most of the collectibles. There's one set of collectibles I have not yet done, or even started. I'm trying to find, where is it on here? The collectibles on this route.
Please be aware that opportunist thieves operate at
baked potatoes,
across the railway network,
which are, how far down? Oh, I can't go any further. Okay. Baked potatoes, which are a reference to a very famous jacket potato seller in Tamworth known as Spudman. The footballs, or rugby balls to be more accurate, which, ooh, there's a collectible which I have not yet done. The rugby balls, which are not inflated before you walk up to them, are a reference to rugby, strangely enough. These little model boats are because we go alongside the Grand Union Canal for quite a while. We cross over the Oxford Canal, the Ashby Canal, the Coventry Canal, the Birmingham and Paisley Canal, and the Trent and Mersey Canal. There's a lot of canals on this 108-mile route. There is also yeah, we've got the Class 807s. in their boxes. So that's 4. The 5th collectible are broken wheel sets. There was the other jacket spud. Those broken wheel sets are in relation to, if I go on the map, this area, which is Wolverton. Wolverton is, or was, accessed by this track. It was, or still is, locomotive works. It's not that far from here, in fact. It's where the Royal Train is based, but it's got a wheel lathe. Hence the broken wheel sets. I don't know how many of them there are. The other 4 all have 40 to find. I should be able to cross over. I'm being naughty doing this. But we're just walking around the station at the moment and seeing if I can see any wheel sets. Not easily. I know there's some collectibles that are between stations, which I will not be getting for a while. This version of Milton Keynes Station is a lot better than the West Coast Mainline South version. It's more accurate. People who've made this add-on, All Aboard Studios, have done a fantastic job. From my 2 one-way runs that I have so far done, can I go in there? Also, no. Liquid Bean Cafe. From the 2 runs I've done so far, the detail is amazing. It has a now infamous underbridge not far from Nuneaton, which I will probably put up the screenshot I took on my southbound journey. I'm looking on these benches because that's where they hide collectibles. I can get across. It's not moving yet. Shouldn't really be doing that. There's a Pendolino heading north. I'm not going to ride a train on this video. I'm going to route hop. No, not route hop. Hop between stations. Because it's quicker. And we can just investigate each station. I have, of course, already been to Atherstone. There's another collectible which I've already done, because once it's folded over, the still can't go in there. Once I've folded over the lid on that, I've wrapped the baked spud. I'm looking around. The wheel sets are trackside rather than on the station. Probably won't find all of them in this video because there it goes. That's going down to London Euston. It's probably, given it's on this side, come from Crewe. There'll be trains passing at Atherstone around about now. Atherstone is roughly halfway along the Trent Valley line. So we tend to get the local services passing each other. There's something I want to check up here. There's a set of stairs. I want to know if I can actually walk up it. The answer is no. Okay. So, I'll just go up to this buffer stop. Might be... No, no wheel set. Can't see one on the other embankment. We will now jump to Wolverton. We're going to go through each station, and at the end of it I will give my initial verdict on the route. Which I have received as a birthday present from my mother. Which has made me really happy, because the Trent Valley line is my favourite, full stop. Partly because I live alongside it. In fact, if you watch my real railway videos, most of them are filmed on the Trent Valley line. Usually in Atherstone, seeing as that's where I live. I'm looking around the car park because there's always possibility of... I can't go over there. Always possibility of collectibles like that. There's a a jacket potato. Spud. It is Spuds because that's the name of the jacket potato seller in Tamworth, who has massive queues. No matter what, he has absolutely massive queues. He is exceedingly popular. Can we go this way? Ooh. Where's this go? Wasn't expecting to be able to walk into the car park. What's that? Flower bed. Another flower bed. Is there a wheel set in here? No. Didn't expect to be able to walk this far from the station entrance. That surprised me. There's a bottle. I would love to know who it is that decides on the collectibles for a route. Because whoever's done collectibles for here, they are all appropriate. There's no route maps to find, but there is collectibles that are appropriate for the route. The Spudman Spuds, the model narrowboats in bottles, the rugby balls, which I have not yet shown you an uninflated one. Should be one on this station somewhere. Let's go up this way. There's the trains. I've got a quarter of them already. This is a nice station. It's the only one on this route I have never got off a train into. I've got off a train at Crewe, Stafford, got onto a train at Rugeley, Trent Valley, got off and on at Lichfield, Trent Valley. I used to live in Tamworth, so it's where I grew up. It's also where my parents and younger brother live, so if I want to go and visit them, train straight there. 6 minutes by train from where I am, though it's only once an hour. It's still faster than catching a bus. Is there anything on that bench? No. We'll cross over to the island platform. I will do a virtual train spotting video on... There's another spud. That's now a quarter done. I will do a virtual train spotting video on this route, probably at Nuneaton, because that is very busy. You've got 3 diverging lines. Line to Birmingham via Coleshill and Waterorton. Line to Leamington Spa via Bedworth, Coventry, Warwick, Leamington Spa. Oh, Kenilworth, Leamington Spa. Miss Kenilworth, that's before Warwick. And the line to Leicester via Hinckley. All 3 of those lines get a lot of traffic. And then you've got the West Coast Mainline Trent Valley, which itself is
For your own safety, you are reminded
incredibly
to stand
busy.
behind the yellow line.
I fell down. I crossed over at the right time there. I'm just looking if there's any more collectibles here before we jump to Rugby Station. Back to the stations I have actually personally visited. Crewe a few times, Stafford a few times, Rugeley Trent Valley once, Lichfield once, Tamworth too many times to count, same with Atherstone, same with Nuneaton, Rugby once, Milton Keynes 4 times. So I know what they're like. So I can be an accurate judge on whether they are realistic, especially Atherstone. We're now going to fast travel the multiple miles. That's the Northampton loop, which isn't included, unfortunately. It's one of the tunnels. There's 3 tunnels on the line. There's the longest, which is perfectly straight and has a collectible in it. That's the Daventry International Rail Freight Terminal, and the... oh, there's another tunnel there. The Northampton Loop rejoins there. There's Rugby. There's a couple of activities to start there, or scenarios. Didn't know that. We're now fast travelling to Rugby. I do not know why I rolled my R's then. Milton Keynes I've visited 4 times, yeah. I honestly can say how accurate these stations are. I do know there have been some compromises with Atherstone. One of which is there's less trees. probably for frame rate reasons. They've also moved one thing that I know exactly where it is. I've got a photo of it where it actually is. I will point that out when we get there in this jumping to stations video. I decided to do it with timetable for the simple fact that we get trains going past. If I do it free roam, we don't get trains going past. It's just nice having the trains go past. Right. We are now at Rugby in the car park, which shows that's as far as we can walk. Can we go? Can't go that way. Shows that there's got to be a collectible out here, so we'll go as far. There it is. Appropriately enough, a rugby football. Or a rugby ball. How far along here can we go? There. Barbados. All-inclusive holiday. I wonder if we can go out the other exit. As I said, I've been to Rugby. There's another rugby football.
The next train to arrive at platform 1 will
that
be
was the
0916
sport
Avanti
I preferred
West Coast
at
service
school.
to Birmingham New Street, calling
That's
at
up
Rugby,
to
Coventry,
one platform.
Birmingham International, and Birmingham New Street. Platform 1.
In reality, this has got a lot of colours and paintings on it. What I'm doing at the moment is a 350 coming in. I want to see how far out. No, we can't. Okay. So, we'll start on the London platform, which is up here. Straight into the waiting area. As... ooh, it's a Evero. There's an 807 box.
Platform 1.
The Class
for the
807s.
0916 Avanti West Coast
1, 2,
service to
3,
Birmingham New
4,
Street,
5.
calling at
That's an
Coventry,
807.
Birmingham International, and Birmingham New Street. 24-hour CCTV.
Let's just go and have a
is in
look.
operation at this station. For the purpose
We'll look for the collectibles once we've had a look at the 807. There we go, 807 003. That's one of the trains included in the route. Got both Evero types now, because I've got the 805 already. The 807 is the 7-car version. Drives exactly the same as the 5-car. But they tend to run in single unit rather than multiple, unlike the 805s. They've got a red signal at the moment. I am looking between the tracks for potentially a wheel set, because as I said, I don't know how many of them there are. We will now look for collectibles. We looked at the 807. The way to remember... there's a bottle. The way to remember which one's which... the 805 has 5 cars. The 807 has 7.
For the purpose
Logical.
of security and safety management.
And as you can probably see, I'm actually getting some pretty smooth graphics at the moment. The reason I did the 2 passenger runs without recording them is because that makes it run better. I was following advice of one of the people who works for Dovetail Games. It's what they recommend doing. So when the Crewe Preston route comes out... Oh, you're sitting right next to the toy train, are you? No other collectibles in here. Probably on the middle platforms. I'm doing it properly. I'm gonna go to the ramp up to... That's Pendolino. Oh. That's a 350 by the sound of it. Yep, 350. That'll be 350 stroke 4. We'll start with this side and look around. So far, this is how I there's train toy. This is how I remember Rugby Station. That's the old... Oh, the bay platform's still actually in it. Which end is the bay platform not in? I'm looking if there's a wheel set. Because that would be the ideal place. But the modelled proper friction buffer stops. That's cool. It's really cool. We'll walk up this end of the platform. Or run. The bay doesn't actually get used that often. Platform 3. Or I've never seen it used in the times I've been through and to Rugby. That? No. I know where one wheel set is. I'm going to do camera mode because that can fly around and look over here, which is where I would guess if I was doing it, this is where I would put a set of wheels because it's out of the way and possible to get to. Doesn't look like there's one there. Okay, you can't actually go onto there. There's a set of wheels. Okay, we'll go over there shortly. That's all I wanted to check, where was a set of wheels. We can go over to platform 2. At least I think it's platform 2. been a while since I was there. Anything due in there? No. I don't actually have all the add-ons that give layers for the game. This is platform 4. So platform 1 is the one we started on. Then platform 2, 3, 4. That would probably be platform 5 then. And that would be 6 and 7. We need to go up this way, see if there's any collectibles visible. No. So that isn't actually a platform anymore. It's just probably used for maintenance of way vehicles. Hello, Pendolino. Let's have a look. Can we go this side a bit? I was looking if there is any collectibles that I can get while I'm in the station. I know there are a lot that are trackside and not easily accessible from a station. But I want to get all the station ones while I'm doing this video. None down there.
Please do not leave your luggage unattended on the station. Luggage left unattended may be removed without warning,
climb
or
up.
destroyed or damaged by the
Can you do
security
it there?
services.
Oh, the Pendolino. You can walk along the... That's hilarious. You can walk on the railing. That is... And now I'm stuck. That is just... random. Really random. What's the next train calling here? We've got a Birmingham one, Manchester Piccadilly, Birmingham, Manchester Piccadilly, Birmingham, Manchester Piccadilly, Birmingham, Manchester Piccadilly, Birmingham. Yeah. There aren't actually. 9:42, the next Crewe service, 22 minutes. That's the ramp, which we came up. Don't want that just yet. That's the other ramp. That block, in reality, is where British Transport Police are based. Doesn't look like developers got a license to that's the bike.
Please do not
hub.
leave your luggage unattended on the station. Luggage left unattended may be removed without
yeah, it doesn't
warning
look like
or
all aboard
destroyed or damaged by
studios
the security
managed to get a
services.
license to do the British Transport Police logo. Not found many collectibles this time. I'm not really looking hard because I'm just exploring the station. That used to be a bay platform for trains from the south. And that is accurate. It is concreted over and fenced off so that you can't get onto it. Rugby used to be quite an important station, or even more important than it is now, I should say. Just looking along here, any signs of collectibles. Another northbound Pendolino. Oh, no, that wasn't a Pendolino, that was a 807. Okay. We'll walk back up this side and then go down the ramp. And then cross over to platforms 5 and 6. Signalling stuff. Actually, no. That might be where the British Transport Police are.
Some platforms at this station have no or only partial tactile paving on the platform edge. Once the train arrives, please mind the step from the platform onto the train.
Let's go down and go to the far platform. There's the lift. And that'll be steps. That should be a ramp, that side. There's a football. Rugby ball. We'll use the steps rather than the lift. Then I can find out. There's a southbound Pendolino. 11 coach. Can I get in there? Yes. Ooh, that'll be heading to Birmingham. There's a train. Toy train. You can probably guess which model railway manufacturer the boxes are based on. Anything in this shelter? Nope. There's a southbound Desiro coming in, by the sound of it. The Class 350s are known as Desiros. And they've only been in use since mid-2000s.
Please do not leave your luggage unattended on the station. Luggage left unattended.
They're now
may be
being
removed without warning,
retired.
destroyed or damaged by the security services.
Where's that wheel set? Need to make sure that there's the wheel set. I just want to check on that. So, oh, it won't be any time soon, so we can cross over. And there's 40. Okay. 40 wheel sets to repair. Can we go over there? Yes. There's a boardwalk. Or crossing. I wonder if there's anything along here. There's an old water tank. That's cool. What about back? I can't go back there. Can I climb up there? No. So there wouldn't be anything on that little bit of low platform. We'll walk up to where this ends. Rugby is pretty accurate. For obvious reasons, it's not 100% accurate. But that you can never get 100% accuracy with any game. There always has to be compromises. Ooh, manual point lever. I love doing that. There goes the 350 to Birmingham. There's a train. Wouldn't have seen that if I hadn't come out here. Actually, that's not going to Birmingham. That's going north. Going towards Crewe by the look of it, because... No, this is non-electrified, so it... Where's this go? Oh, I'm looking... Okay. Where we got in... There... was the Rugby side. That's... Rugby Depot access line. Okay. So that's towards London. The concrete is towards the Trent Valley line. I didn't realise that. Let's just go into photo mode, see if there's any wheel sets over this bit. I know I won't be able to walk up there. Though the camera goes here. No, it goes blurred. That means can't walk along here. Don't think there's any wheel sets. Can't see any. Ooh. Okay. That's access to the signalling cables. Ooh. That is the old Great Central Railway route. I'll get a screenshot of that. Look, can I get close to that? It's where the box girder bridge crossed the line on its way to Marylebone. That is still there in real life. All four of them. How far down here will the camera go? I'm not walking down here, I'm just going to see how far the camera will go, because that will show how far you can actually drive a train before you hit the Invisi barrier. Goes to a set of buffer stops. Nice bridge. And the old depot would have been over there. Other side of the river. Okay. So I could drive a diesel down here. Try and do as much of the track. Stop. Await instructions. I like the fact that they've got wooden sleepers on this bit, which is theoretically abandoned. Oh, we've got to go there. Can't use the... Oh, that's where the depot is it? Round the bend that we can't go on because there's a tree there. Can we go onto it? No. There's the depot. Can't go to it, but that's the depot. That's cool. There's a little plate layer's hut. I have to admit, Rugby's got quite a lot of detail. From the Great Central Railway girder bridge supports, the actual route through Rugby is now obliterated. I'll demonstrate by putting the camera in line with it. Oh, it's clear there, but it does get obliterated by modern buildings. The other side of Rugby, you've got the Network Rail Control Centre, which I will get the camera to. When it eventually gets there. It takes ages. It's interesting that there's a water tower. I didn't see that when I got off at Rugby and stayed there for over an hour after a model railway show, avoiding the Nuneaton Coventry line because frequently services get cancelled on there. There's another buffer. There's the Network Rail, which they can't use. Network Rail main office. How much of the car park can we go and have a look at? There's probably more wheel sets in that bit between the the up and down lines, but I'm not going to have a look. That just goes to no buffer stop. It's an interesting footbridge. Can't get on it. The only way we can look at it is by using photo mode. How far into the yard can we go? Quite a way by the look of it. There's another train box, or toy train box. Probably means there's other collectibles in this bit of yard. I'm not going there. Wheel set. I'm not going to go and get them because it's quite a walk from there to there. What I'm going to do, that's the Birmingham branch. I always call it the Birmingham branch because it was only ever 2-track with passing loops, whereas Trent Valley Line, after 1929, was 4-track between Rugby and Tamworth. And then between 2004 and 2008, the section between Tamworth and Colwich Junction was also made 4-track. It is one of, if not the, busiest line in Europe. And it's the fact that it is at capacity that High Speed 2 is being built. There are very, very, very few spare paths on the West Coast Mainline. Either the Trent Valley Route or the Birmingham Route. They're both virtually at capacity. High Speed 2 will remove some of the trains that are causing capacity issues on the West Coast Mainline. It was never about saving 20 minutes on the journey from Birmingham to London. It was always about giving more capacity. Unfortunately, when it was first announced, they said oh, there's a train. A diesel train. That's where we are. Nuneaton. I can definitely confirm or deny whether this is accurate. I see... Oh, I don't see something red. It's a bike seat. No, it's a car. Can't go and look at what's on that notice board. What I'm going to do is see how far up here I can walk. Not very far. Other side of that car park is Asda. It's where I go and do my big shop. There's a spud. I've only done one collectible here because this is where the route introduction starts. Let's have a look down by the phone box. Nope, no other collectibles on the car park. This station building was built in... Will you stop pushing me? What were you pushing me over there for? Yeah, the station building was done in... Ooh, can't actually walk here anymore because this is closed. You have to go through the... That's the original entrance and exit. Now you have to go through that bit to get in. That is a train down to Leamington Spa.
Please do not leave your luggage unattended at the station. Luggage
Leaves
left
in 6 minutes,
unattended may be
5
removed
minutes.
without warning or destroyed.
We'll still
or
be on the
damaged
station
by
when that
security
leaves.
services.
You are in service, you should have your thingy on. Yeah. The current building in Nuneaton was built... Can we go on this bit? Yes. Can actually walk around here, which in real life you're not allowed to. I just want to see if there's any collectibles around here. Yeah, the... current building was built in the 1920s or 30s when services really took off in the area. There's a wheel set there. I will go and get that in just a second. Can't go up there. Normally these bits have P-way vehicles in them, like ballast tamping machines, railhead alignment, things like that. No, there isn't a bench there. I have actually got some photos of them. The current... There's a
Please
rugby
be
ball.
aware that opportunist thieves operate at this station and across the railway network. Do not become a victim of crime. Please also note that in the interests of safety, cycling, skateboarding, and rollerblading are not permitted anywhere on the station.
There it is. There's another train box. Got 15 already. There's a shadow there. Right, we're going to the map for this. Platform 1, which is what we're on, is serves the Coventry line. Coventry to Leamington Spa. Platform 2 does either London to Crewe LNWR services or freights that go onto Birmingham. That's towards Birmingham. That's towards Birmingham. They join up around there. That junction there is Ashby Junction. That junction there is Canal Farm Junction. There's a fast Pendolino coming through. Then we've got... This is where the loco sheds used to be. And that is the Hinckley and Leicester line. We'll watch the train go through. This would be a brilliant place to do virtual train spotting because of how many lines there are. I think that Pendolino, or whatever it is, might be stopping. Or maybe not, I can hear it now. Oh, it's a Everett. 8:05, so it was only 5 cars.
Once the train arrives, please mind the step from the platform onto the train.
That's about the train going to Leamington Spa, which I'm going to get a screenshot of. Because they don't use... I've just noticed. The number... It's actually a 170. It's been renumbered 790, which is what used to run the service. It's a non-electrified line, which is why it's a diesel. We will now go up onto platforms 2 and 3. Off-peak fares all day long. When's the next Crewe service? 9:50. Yep, that's about right. It's usually 54 for the service to the north. That will be leaving, so we'll watch it go. Unfortunately, I've not yet got all the cargo line add-ons, so there won't be as many freights on this at the moment. I've done that train. I did that with the route introduction, because it starts here. Don't know why it starts here, because it's not quite
Please
halfway
do not
along
leave
the
your luggage unattended on the station.
Trent Valley line.
Luggage left
It's just
unattended
one
may
of the
be
busiest
removed without
stations
warning or
in terms
destroyed
of
or
traffic
damaged by
on the line.
security services.
This is the platform I usually go on when I've been into Nuneaton, because it's where the 350s, or now 730s, call into. Those are normally on the end of that. So that's one thing that's out of place. There are actually planters on this part of the platform, which haven't been included, and should have the LNWR logo on station names for every station on the Trent Valley line. Wolverton isn't technically part of the Trent Valley line, so doesn't actually get served by LNWR. As I said, that is supposed to be on the end of the building. There's a door and then ramps. The door's not even been put in. There's a Birmingham train, 2 170s. Oh, there's all 3 ramps. There's the door. Okay. Has it got them labelled right? Hasn't got them labelled. There's 3 different sizes, which is why I was thinking about them. Wonder when that goes. Let's have a look on the map.
Please be aware that opportunist thieves operate at this station
Let's go into
across
Birmingham.
the railway network. Do not
Doesn't
become
say.
a victim of crime.
So, Class
Please
1.
also note that in the interests of safety, cycling,
Just to show what's in
skateboarding,
this.
and rollerblading are not permitted anywhere on the station.
Yeah, that's meant to activate signals, I think.
The next train to arrive
That's
at platform
contact signal
4
there.
will be the 0943
Something that...
Avanti West Coast service to
Oh, I know what
London
that is.
Euston,
It's to do
calling
with...
at Milton Keynes
Yeah,
Central
there's a
and
scenario
London Euston.
where you act as
Platform 4
dispatcher.
for the 0943 Avanti West
Ooh,
Coast.
that was close. That's an 807. Didn't say that there was a train coming through. There's a 807 box. We can now see the difference between platforms 6 and 7, which are over there, on the Birmingham and Leicester line. That's calling into platform 4. That'll be going down to London. Is it going to be calling into
Platform 4
Milton Keynes?
for the
Yes.
0943 Avanti West Coast
In
service
here?
to London Euston.
Is there any
calling at
collectibles?
Milton Keynes Central and London Euston.
Nope, no collectibles. At present,
Please do not leave
this
your luggage
bit
unattended
here
on the station.
has got
Luggage
scaffolding
left unattended may be removed without
because the
warning
canopy
or destroyed
needs
or
some
damaged
work.
by the security services.
So it's not accurate there. I don't know how long the scaffolding is going to be there. It's been there for absolutely ages. Sounds like that's going to go. Let's go into photo mode and get a screenshot of them on the platform. Door's still open at the moment. Let's go into Birmingham New Street. It's also got 790. Even though it's a 170. 170 stroke 6. No, 170 stroke 5. 2 car ones. They're not 790s. It's weird. Really weird. I am still looking for collectibles. He's only just opened his doors. So I'll walk up here again. See if there's any more collectibles. The benches are right. They are wooden at Nuneaton. And this building
The train at platform
is where platform 5 models used to be.
West Coast service to
Sadly,
London Euston, calling at
they aren't anymore.
Milton Keynes Central and London Euston. Passengers intending to
Is
travel
his
the
doors
service,
closing yet?
please
Yes, his
join
doors are
the train
closing.
now.
He'll be
As it is
going
ready
now.
to leave, platform 4 for the
Let's watch it
oncoming
go.
43
It goes up
Avanti West Coast service to
gradient.
London Euston, which is ready to leave.
And then if I run to the end of the platform, you can watch it go over the bridge. It's now outpacing me. I think we can see it go over the bridge if we're up here. Just. There's the bridge.
For your own safety, you are reminded to stand behind the yellow line.
Yeah, I know. I'm deliberately standing here because I want to see the bridge. I can see if there's a fast-moving southbound train. There it is, going over the bridge. On its way to Birmingham, via Coleshill Parkway and Wateraughton. I have ridden that line a few times. It's actually easier for me to get a train to Nuneaton to get into Birmingham than it is to go to Tamworth to get into Birmingham. Despite both routes going through Wateraughton. There's a spud. It's 12 done. I'm not deliberately looking for collectibles. I'm just getting them when I see them. I know that there is collectibles on platform 6 and 7. Which when I get over there, I will do a little bit of a history lesson. That is actually authentic. It really is like this, because this is the newest part of Nuneaton Station. Even that is really there. In 2001, they added
For your safety, please be aware that
platforms
some
6 and
platforms
7.
at this station have no or only partial tactile paving on the platform
Is it
edge.
there?
Once the train arrives,
Yes.
please mind the step from the platform
Bottle.
onto the train.
They added these two platforms 2001 and removed the diversion, which, if I go on the map, went, there was a flat crossing and it went round and joined up about there. It basically avoided Nuneaton. So trains from Birmingham to Leicester, another collectible, could not call into Nuneaton. Or if they did, they'd have to carefully cross the busy West Coast Mainline and then call into platform 4. And going to Birmingham, they'd have to cross over down here to get into platforms 1 and 2, and then go. It'd be platform 1, or would it? No, platform 1 and 2 would allow it. But going to Birmingham, it'd be really awkward. So, late 90s, early 2000s, these two platforms were built. It's the newest part of the station, and, well, it's very useful. I mean, if I want to go into Birmingham, I catch a train down here to platform 5, which is that one there. Walk up, over the bridge, down, and onto platform 6. That is so much easier than going to Tamworth. I know Tamworth is also effectively a junction station with the low level and high level, but the trains from here get into Birmingham faster, which is weird because it's actually further away. What I'm going to do is fast travel 7 miles this way. There we go. If you look at the shape, the reason it's got this wiggle in it is because it avoids Merevale Hall. There was a Great Western Hall class named after that, strangely. And Merevale Hall is the people who still own Merevale Hall, the Dugdales. They made the Baddesley Colliery, which is up in Baxterley, strangely. The coal went down to the Coventry Canal at Baddesley Wharf. When the Trent Valley Line was built in 1847, they added a little link to join the main line. The Baddesley Tramway was very famous in its day. It's only about a mile that way. For one particular loco. It had an industrial garret. See if there's any collectibles that I haven't got around the station. Can we look in here? In reality, you wouldn't be able to do this. 1, there's a fence around it. And 2, this is really, really thick. And there are actually more trees. They have cut back on the number of trees here. When we go around the other side, I'll show a location where I do a lot of my real railway filming. There is no collectibles there. I've done the ones that I've been able to see. It's probably a wheel set. I used that a few times. This is platform 2. Train coming. Or not. Yeah. The building is the only surviving big station building from LNWR days. There are 2 smaller ones which are no longer rail served. Colwich and I'll get my map on my phone. Colwich and Bulkington, neither of which stations are still with us. So
24-hour CCTV recording is in
that's
operation
not
at
accurate.
this station for the purpose of security and safety management.
UDS 4 is to do with the class 350s. Can only fit 4 coaches of class 350 in the station, whereas the class 730 you can fit 5 coaches. You can fit more people on in the same space. This bit, it actually goes a bit closer there, but it's where I mount one of my action cameras, which looks down along the platform when I'm recording special trains. That's why I walked up here. I have done the collectibles along this section. Oh yeah, I was going to show this. Association of Railway Preservation Societies and Ian Allen Limited Best Restored Station Competition 1985 First Class Award presented by David Shepherd OBE to Atherstone. That is not actually in that location. In reality, it is on that bit that sticks out there, underneath the alarm. The station building is no longer used as a station building. It is a vet's, which is a shame, really. Is there a...
For your
There's
own
another
safety, you are reminded
spud.
to stand behind the yellow line.
When I'm filming southbound trains, I stand here. Platform's actually a bit wider than this in reality. And I zoom in. Underneath that bridge is the FedEx depot. And I can go around. My other action cam goes on here. And either looks up there or down there, depending on how I'm feeling. The last video I put both action cameras on this bit. One facing north, one facing south. There is something missing on that side, which I will show when we go over there. To go over there, you'll notice there's no footbridge. There was until 2014, when Network Rail demolished it. It used to go from here over to there. Network Rail demolished it, claiming it was unsafe. It wasn't. They just didn't want to maintain it. This is Station Street. Used to be the A5. And before 1929, it went straight on there, where that light wall is. It was a level crossing. The low bridge next to it was always a cattle creep, which is why it didn't have any depth to it. Trains to Tamworth, Lichfield, Stafford and Crewe, platform 1. You can see how low this is. It is one of the lowest bridges on the national network. It's not the lowest, but it is one of.
Please be aware that opportunist thieves operate at this station and
Sorry, I'm just sorting out my blood sugar. It's a bit
do
high.
not become a victim of crime.
And
Please also note that
the
in
puddles
the
that
interests
they've
of
modelled
cycling,
do
skateboarding,
actually
and rollerblading
occur.
are not
They're there all the time. That's Pendolino. That is usually full of litter, because people are rude. There's a football. How far up here can we walk? Ooh, further than I thought. I've got a photo of that. Real life photo. Quite a few actually, because I like taking photos of it. I set another camera up on the third arch after the upright, aiming at the camera when trains are going northbound. I'm showing you all my secrets. There is actually a signalling phone there that's been missed out. Another camera goes on that loop and it aims down there. I try to make it so it look like that. There are a few trees missing there. My video camera I set up on this corner, because I can do that.
Please do not leave your luggage unattended on the station. Luggage
Because
left unattended
there
may
will
be
be
removed
a
without warning or destroyed or damaged by the security services.
Class 350 coming in soon. Can we go up here? Ooh. Does that mean there might be a collectible up here? No. Can't go but any further. Right. This is wrong. There is actually a brick wall there, which they've not included. I want to see if there is wheels set up by the engineers section. Ooh, that scared me. I actually had a genuine jump then. That scared me. Is there? No. What about over here? I'm doing this quickly because I want to be able to get back on the station to catch the service train to Tamworth. We can actually have a ride. There's a train. Didn't get the train. There we go. We'll go and catch the train. We'll run on. We should make it. Wouldn't do this normally. Definitely wouldn't do it in real life. But I wanted to see if I could find another collectible, and I found one. Right, can I get on? Yes. We'll go to the front, or near the front, and then we'll go to Tamworth by train. And we'll go the way, or the style I normally do. This is, I'm going to show you exactly what I do when I'm going to Tamworth.
Rugeley, Trent Valley, Stafford, and Crewe. Please be aware that opportunist thieves
I do not sit
operate
down.
at this station and
It's a
across the
6-minute
railway
ride
network. Do not become a victim
to Tamworth.
Please also note that in the interests of safety, cycling, skateboarding, and rollerblading.
I stay standing up in the vestibule area, which is the bit between the doors, and I look out. So,
Welcome aboard this London
over the old
Northwestern Railway
Watling
service
Street, as it's
to
now called.
Crewe. We'll be calling at Tamworth. Lichfield,
We're going to go
Trent
under the
Valley,
1929
Rugeley,
built
Stafford,
A5
and
bridge,
Crewe.
because the road that goes up there was the A5. There it is.
Please familiarise
You can
yourself
tell by the
with
brickwork
safety notices
that it's
displayed throughout
older than the Atherstone bypass. Canal is just the other side of this little field, which always has horses in. I've walked along that canal in both directions. I've also cycled on it. That is Baddesley Wharf, where the Baddesley tramway went, and the siding went up here and joined up, or the link line. And then, have they actually modelled? Can't tell because they've got so many trees. They have not modelled Merevale Hall, which is on a hill above the town. The big house for the town. Over here, about a mile and a half that way, is the B5000, which starts in Pinwall, which is 2 miles from Atherstone. There's the southbound service. That will have left Crewe at the same time as this left Rugby. Strangely enough, shows where the centre point on the line is. I'm trying to work out where we are. This is Grendon. That road we went over is called Spon Lane. It floods very, very easily. Can I? Oh. I did not mean to do that. I really did not mean to do that. I will cancel that. Didn't realise I could switch guard mode on just by doing that. That was weird. We'll soon be at Polesworth, which has one platform, which is a bit bad, really. Where did it make me sit, if there was no seats? Yeah, this is Polesworth. There's the Birmingham and Paisley Canal. There's Polesworth Abbey and Polesworth Village. We've gone over the River Anchor. Go under another road bridge, which is Station Street. There, and there's Polesworth Station. Single platform, northbound only. The south platform wasn't restored when they did the upgrade work, or reopened it. Need to go down like that to be able to do the buttons, because it's low on this. Isn't there a local door release? Yes. Turn it on ready. Technically it shouldn't be on yet. Where are we? Look, that's... Oh! Pendley now going the other way. We are... Amington. Soon be at Tamworth. That's Hodge Lane. Under the road to Shuttington. There's Amington Village. Moor Lane. Looks like I'm going to have to finish this journey as guard, rather than visiting each station. Oh well, it's a change to the plan for the video. but it shows that riding it as a passenger has reduced frame stutter, because when I tried to record the southbound passenger run, I had serious locking up.
We are now approaching Tamworth. Please mind
There's a
the
road
gap
up there
on
which
the
they've not
track
included,
and step onto the platform
which is called Moor
before
Lane.
removing heavy
It's the other end of the
luggage and pushchairs.
road that crossed over the other end of Birmingham. That was actually Bolbridge rather than Amington though. Right, turn that on. Now we're in Tamworth Station. I can't go and get the collectibles, but I can put it in photo mode to show around the station. And say whether it is realistic.
This is Tamworth. Welcome aboard this London North Western Railway service to Crewe. The next stop will be Lichfield, Trent Valley.
Gotta jump out a sec, check that everyone's getting on and off. That is a couple of 805s. Okay, we close the doors. How about letting my door close, driver? There's no passengers. Before we leave Tamworth, I will go around, and that's a relatively new building. It looks like a detention centre. It is actually flats. It just shows how inconsiderate a lot of developers are. This used to be a link line between the low level and the high level. The high level is here. That way to Birmingham. That way to Burton-on-Trent and Derby. And the north. I'm sure... There it is. There's a bottle there. There's probably a wheel set close to the station. I don't know where it'd be. That's the river anchor again. In the centre of Tamworth, or not too far away. Ooh. It joins the River Tame from Birmingham. The River Tame is always murky. The anchor tends to be clear. The River Tame runs past Minworth sewage treatment works. They have a habit, very rudely, of... Come on, let me go up the steps. What was I saying? They have a habit of letting sewage out when it rains heavily. There's a Spudman Spud. This is platform 4, which is the Birmingham platform. When I was living in Tamworth, I was on here a few times when going to Birmingham. Next train, 10:33. Bit of a wait. Calls at Wincott, And Birmingham New Street. Doesn't call at Water Autumn. Interesting. That one's going to Edinburgh, calling at Derby, Chesterfield, Sheffield, and stops to Edinburgh. What's in this one? Collectible. Another spud. I haven't actually looked in Tamworth Station for collectibles, so doing this, I get a chance to have a quick look. Is there one in the stairwell? No. Can we go into... No, we can't go into that waiting room. And is there anything in the entranceway? No. Okay. That is a W.H. Smith. Such a rare sight these days. How about on the car park? It's missing the waiting shelter for the buses. As I said, they've done what they can with the limitations of the game. They have actually filled in a gap in the wall that is actually there. Well, just next to that pillar. So having that ramp there is a bit silly. It is there in real life, but there is a gap in the wall about there that you can walk through. This is calling at Lichfield, Trent Valley, Rugeley, Trent Valley, Stafford and Crewe. You can't actually get onto the car park. There used to be, up until the upgrading works, a signal box. And I believe that building took its place. Because Tamworth was the end of the twin track from Rugby, of the quad track.
Welcome aboard this London North Western Railway.
We're now going to Lichfield.
Crewe. We'll be calling at Lichfield, Trent Valley, Rugeley, Trent Valley, Stafford and Crewe.
We'll sit down and go into that mode. I just dimmed my... Oh, hit the wrong button there. Don't want that. Which one is brightness? Oh, wrong. I'm hitting the wrong buttons. Did not want to do that. That is the Ash... No, we've already gone under Abbey Road. That's a footbridge. On the right is Lichfields. On the left is Gungate. Now we're going past the Lichfield Road Industrial Estate. About 3/4 of a mile to a mile that way was the paper mill, where Great Western Saddle Tank, I think it's 13 something or other, little 060 saddle tank that's at Bidcote Railway Centre, used to run. It's named Trojan. There's no brightness. That's it. Full brightness, I can see better again. I dimmed the screen slightly, so turn the screen back up. There's sewage treatment works. We've just gone under Coton Lane. goes from Cotham Green to the end of Lichfield Road. Those trees are Hopeless Woods, which is MOD land. There's the River Tame. We're on the original side, original double track here. The two lines on the right are the newer 2004 to 2008 built section. This used to be a level crossing until the upgrade works, as did that, which got replaced with this road bridge. On our left now is the village of Whittington. Which is where St Giles Hospice is actually located. Been under that bridge a few times. We are nearly at Lichfield Trent Valley Station. Before we get there, we go over the link line for... That was the Birmingham Paisley Canal. We go over the link line for HS2, which is why they just sounded the horn. This is the link line to HS2. It will be going under the Trent Valley line now. We need to go back into that. Open the door. Crouch down.
We are now approaching Lichfield Trent Valley. Please mind the gap when leaving the train. And
Can't do
step
the
off
guard
the
key until it tells me to.
before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs.
Lichfield Trent Valley is also pretty accurate. In fact, all the stations are as accurate as possible for a video game. There are compromises. I've just seen a box for a Class 807 train model. As with any game, there's compromises, but it is
This is Lichfield Trent Valley.
really
Welcome aboard this
accurate.
Northwestern Railway service to Crewe. The next stop will be Rugeley and Stafford.
We will just do that as Pendolino goes in the other direction.
Service to Crewe, calling at Stafford and Crewe.
No one getting on. Okay.
Travel on the service, please join the train now, as it is ready to leave. Platform 1.
Close that door. Close that door. And turn that off. There's no one getting on, so we'll just sit down, go back like that. There's frequently engineering wagons and vehicles in these sidings whenever I've been through. Well, usually on the ones on the right. That's a loud junction. footbridge. There are some bits in this line. I'm going to use this camera view. Don't get moved. I can have it up here and it doesn't suddenly jump down when we go under a bridge. Next stop is Rugeley Trent Valley, which is a short platform. So only the front 4 coaches will have the door open, officially. At least going from Tamworth, well, Atherstone to Crewe is relatively short. I might do guard duty along the full length line. No, that's houses. Other side of that lot is HS2 route. Trying to work out roughly where it ends. Because it joins up to Trent Valley Line at Hansacre. I think it's on the line of those trees. You can see it if you're riding the train, because you can see the earthworks. I think it's around here that it would be joined up. Yeah, this bend. Or maybe over there. I don't know. It's really hard to tell because while the earthworks have been started, there. By the looks of it. While the earthworks have been started, it's currently up in the air as to whether they will be doing the actual link. This is Armitage, which is where Armitage Shanks, the bathroom appliances manufacturer, were based, or are based. I wonder if you can see Rugeley Power Station when we get to it. There's the Trent and Mersey Canal now. It joins the Birmingham Paisley stroke Coventry Canal, joins up to Trent and Mersey at Bradley Junction, which is to the east of Lichfield. We're actually to the north of Lichfield here, or the northwest slightly. That is the River Trent. The River Thames has now joined it, and it's that river after which this line is named, the Trent Valley. I was hoping to just station hop, but I didn't realise opening the guard panel would switch me into guard mode. Oh well, we get a bit of actual on-train action. We are double yellows. We're arriving at Rugeley because there's the Rugeley town to Birmingham, or the Rugeley to Birmingham line. So we go back in the cab,
We are now
or back in the...
approaching Rugeley Trent Valley. Please mind the gap when leaving the train and step onto the platform before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs.
There's the line from Birmingham. I wonder if there'll be a Rugeley town service in the station. They've not got the correct units. Yes, there is. They haven't got the correct units in game, so they're using class 350s. In that instance, or nowadays, they use the class 730 zero.
This is Rugeley Trent Valley. Welcome aboard this London Northwestern Railway
Open my door
service
first.
to Crewe. The next stop will be Stafford.
Crewe. The train at platform 2.
Another
Service
IET
to
passing.
Crewe. Calling at Crewe only.
Okay,
All passengers
everyone's
intending
got
to
off.
travel on this service, please join the train now, as it is ready to leave. Platform 2 for the 10:21 London Northwestern Railway.
No one getting on. Next stop is Stafford.
Welcome aboard this London Northwestern.
I'll go back into that camera view. Oh, it's moved forward. Go back into that camera view. You can see the train a little bit. More engineering sidings. The old goods shed is modelled. That was the goods yard for Rugeley. And no, the power station is not modelled. It was on Train Super Classic for this route, but that was set a lot earlier. That's the Rugeley bypass. It's actually dual carriageway. Train Super Classic route was set, I think, 10 years earlier, at least. So that was before the power station was completely demolished. There's the Trent and Mersey Canal again, heading towards the Mersey this side. The other side of Bradley Junction is heading towards the Trent, or Humber. So the River Trent goes to the River Humber eventually. We've got a short blast before Colwich, which is one location where an original station building is still standing, even though there's no station there anymore. There's road. No, it's a lane. Farm lane. I thought that was river for a second, but it's all pools. We've got green signal, the fast line's got red because of that IET that we have to do. No, we're at Colwich. That's the reason it's got red. We're going over... This used to be Colwich Station. We are now... There's a good shed. Let's have a look. Somewhere is the old station building. That's the goods shed. Because it's the same as Rugeley. That's Colwich Church. There's the old station building. Can't go around the other side of it, unfortunately. But there's probably collectibles around here, seeing as this is a rather important junction. Trains going to the right are towards Stoke. We are going to the left, past... Ooh, there's a bridge there. 14 foot 6 inches. That's an old sign. Is there a metric sign on the other side, or is it just Imperial? Just Imperial. That makes a good photo, actually. Do a screenshot. We're going under the grounds of Shugborough Hall, which is the home of Lord Snowdon. It's not a deep tunnel that goes through Shugborough. It was done because the owner of Shugborough Hall, when the railway was built in the 1840s, did not want a railway running through. I don't know why I'm doing that. There is something I want to get a screenshot of when we get to it. It's within the grounds of Shugborough Hall. And I'm glad it has been modelled, because it's cool. There's the River Trent again, which goes round Shugborough Hall. There it is. That is the entrance to Shugborough Hall. Let's advance slightly so that the train is there. And that's the entrance to Shugborough Hall. Been through there. I think it's the main entrance. There might actually be one over the top of the tunnel, which is just round the bend up here. But that's a cool bridge. I'll get a downward view as well. The tunnel has... That's Cannock Chase over there. The tunnel has decorative portals. What's the work going on there for? That's within ground. Well, is immediately after this. There's the entrance to the estate. There we go. Tunnel portal. Doesn't need to be that ornate. And that's an S&T thing. I'm sure there'll be a collectible around here because it's an important location. You've got the warning limited clearance sign and no safe access while trains are running. It's a curved tunnel. Until playing this route, I didn't know that. Shugborough Hall is about half a mile that way. I think that is the entrance road to the hall. Yes. Because it's gated. And because you don't see it when you're in the train, the hall is not modelled. Or is it? That's the stables. using the goods shed model. Gardens. The hall's over there. I can't get any closer. The hall's just behind that lot. So that bridge could be the entrance. Because that's part of the gardens. There's a folly on the grounds as well that you can actually see from the train. Let's go into this view while we go through the tunnel. Should say on there the passenger information system what the next station is. Right, I should in a couple of seconds. Yes. Let's have a look at there's one of the pools. Let's have a look at this tunnel. There's the decorative tunnel portal. It's castellated. Done deliberately at the old owner of the hall's request. It looks amazing, to be honest. Which means the river comes back. You can, if you visit Shugborough Hall, you can walk down to the river. There's fishing bits. I've done or helped run bat walks there in the past. It's been a while since done one though. That's a nice pool. Don't know what its origin is. It's not to do with the river. The river's there. We'll carry on. Yeah, there's the river. Seen through the trees. I know the name of that place. I just can't remember its name. It's the end of Cannock Chase, which is all those trees. When I was in year 6, we did a walk on Cannock Chase. That is Trent Valley Canal. When I was in year 6, we did a walk on Cannock Chase. I might be in year 5. And ended the walk in that village. It was a reasonably good walk. A lot of education. I've always remembered coming out of the woods to go to that village. That was too long ago, but it's a memory that is stuck in my head, because I've always liked nature. And that was a fantastic time. Under the road, with the yellow car down over it. We are approaching Stafford now, which is officially the end of the Trent Valley Line. The route continues to Crewe. So I can't finish guard duty until we get to Crewe. I'm still doing the video. Might as well. It's a half and half video. Half station hopping or fast travelling, and half doing guard duty. Okay, this is Stafford Trent Valley Junction. There's the Birmingham line It's just the other side of those houses. I will go into first person once we are on the junction. Here's the Birmingham line, or as I keep calling it, the Birmingham branch. Under bridge, more engineering sidings, which there aren't engineering trains in game. Go down, look that way and move the mouse. I think we'll be on this platform. I hope the platform will be this side. And the answer is yes. Good. I wonder if people are going to get on this time. We've got a reasonable distance to Crewe, so if people have got on, we can go and check tickets. I've just seen a spud. We're now on a section of route that already exists in game. I'm looking if anyone's getting on.
Service to Crewe, calling at Crewe only.
For your safety, please be aware that some platforms at this station have no or only partial tactile paving on the platform edge. Once the train arrives, please mind the step from the platform onto the train.
Platform 1.
Aren't we moving? Doors are shut. Why aren't we moving? Let's open my door.
London Euston. Will passengers intending to travel on this service please join the train now, as it is ready to leave. Platform 1 for the 10:32 London North Western Railway service to London Euston, which is ready to leave.
We got a red signal or something.
33
Yes.
London North Western Railway service to Crewe, calling at Crewe only. Will passengers intending to travel on the service please join.
Okay, I'll open the doors again.
Which is ready to leave. 24-hour seating. Building. Its operation.
Wait for the signal.
Purpose of security and safety management.
No one's getting on. But wait until we've got a green signal. If no one's getting on, I'll close the other doors. I'll just leave mine open and jump on as soon as I see a signal. Going towards Bournemouth. That's the other side. I'm watching the signal and it's not changing. That means there's something in the way. No. Why haven't I got a green signal? That's Manchester, Piccadilly. There we go, we've got green signal.
24-hour CCTV recording is operational at the station for the purpose of security and safety management.
Welcome aboard this London North Western Railway service to Crewe. We'll be calling at Crewe only. Please familiarise yourself with the safety notices displayed throughout the train.
We've got a green signal, so we should be going.
This is British Transport Police. If you know
Why are we sitting here, driver? Doors are closed. I've given you the signal. Let's try opening and closing the doors again. There we go. Just to Crewe. Go back into this view. Don't know why it moved me so far forward. Oh, that train was going south. Down to Bournemouth or somewhere like that. We now have, I think it's about 20 minutes before we get to Crewe. Which is where the guard turn ends. I honestly didn't realise that there's an 8-car 350. Didn't realise that I needed to wait until got a green signal before closing the doors. Oh well. We'll get into Crewe. I'll open the doors. It'll be on this side, because we'll be going into the bay platform. And over the River of Trent again. Past some wind turbines. There's more down by Rugby. There's a 350. We're on the fast. Just realised. Means we'll be able to do 110 miles an hour between Stafford and Crewe. Dropping down to 100 at the junction to Stoke. Never remember the name of that junction. Then we'll go past two former station sites, which are no longer there, not even the platforms. And then we get to Crewe. probably have a red signal before Crewe. There's the Trent Valley Route again. Probably have a red signal as we're arriving at Crewe while the signalman sets the route. But after that, here's the junction. The slow lines go straight on, which is actually the newer bit. We take the older bit, and then the Stoke trains going towards Stoke diverge off the slow, down slope, and the up slope from that side, or from that part of the large junction, go to the right. Before that new bit was built, this was a lot slower because you had to get trains across from the slow across to that bit on the right which was just gone over. It caused a few issues. Now you've got this, an overbridge, so fast trains do 100 miles an hour. Slow trains, 90 I think it is. And now the down slow rejoins with the up slow still alongside us. Nice hearing the horn sounding. Don't normally expect that in game. That looks like it's a fishing lake. There's slightly more details on this than the Birmingham to Crewe route, despite, I believe, being by the same publishers. I will say, I am really enjoying this route. The level of detail is just right. Yes, there's a few minor errors at the stations, but as I've said, you can never get a game that is 100% true to life. If you did, you'd get one frame a year. You would not get smooth frame rates. The amount of detail you'd need to make it 100% accurate to one moment in time, because it could never be accurate to a living railway. You'd have too much stuff to put in. This used to be a station. With an island platform. My only niggle with Atherstone is where they put the blue plaque. I can understand that they put it there so it can be seen. In real life, it is on the end of the building, not on the side. I mean, it's by the car park, not on the platform. It's still nice that they've actually got the building 99% accurate. That's the only thing wrong with it. The plaque is in the wrong place. is virtually spot on. Tamworth is virtually spot on. It's just that gap in the fence between the Crewe-bound platform and the car park. Because in real life, you don't have to walk through the booking office. It's only in-game that you have to. From what I've seen, Rugeley Trent Valley is as accurate as possible, as is Stafford, as is Rugby, Milton Keynes, and when we get to it, Crewe. There have been some tweaks with Stafford and Crewe compared to the Birmingham Crewe route, and they are much more accurate. This is the other station site. You can actually see the old station building on the road. Had I actually had to pay for the route, I would not feel annoyed. This was a birthday present for me, so I've not had to pay for it. And I am going to be forever thankful to my mother for paying for the route. If you've been on the fence about getting the route, say your system is not the best. I mean, I'm running a 6-year-old gaming laptop and I'm getting 26 frames a second. There are occasional stutters, like there, but it is working. That is, simply put, amazing. It's the longest route in the game at present. Because I followed suggestions of Matt Featherston and ran service in either direction as a passenger. First one aboard a Pendolino from Milton Keynes to Crewe. Second one aboard the 350 on a stopping service from Crewe to Milton Keynes. That has actually done the shader cache, so I'm getting far less stuttering than I do on most other routes. When the next bit comes out, which is Crewe to Preston, comes out on Thursday, or when this video goes out yesterday, I will get it and I'll do exactly the same. I will ride as a passenger in both directions. I'm going to do that anytime I get a new route now, because there is far less stuttering. I did initially try videoing the passenger run southbound, and it sort of crashed. I had all scenery and ground disappear. All that was left was the track, and then it hung. So I then did a southbound run after restarting my laptop without recording it, And it went, the entire journey, 36 to 50 frames a second. While I'm recording, it's a bit lower. But I can cope with it like this, which is brilliant. As I said, if you have been thinking about getting this route and you're on the fence, it is brilliant. It is well worth every penny. Even if I'd had to pay for it, I would still be singing its praises. It is absolutely amazing. Detail level is fantastic. And yes, you get to go over the rather infamous underbridge that partially collapsed last Thursday when a roll-on roll-off skip lorry struck it. I will put up at the end of the video screenshots that I took on the southbound run of that particular bridge. The yard is a bit empty. There'll be collectibles in there. I can guarantee that. Probably wheel sets. We're slowing down because we've got a red signal. I thought we would. Yeah, I'll put up screenshots of that particular bridge. And I'll also put a screenshot up that replicates one of my action camera shots. The one looking at the Cattle Creek Bridge in Atherstone. Because it's possible to actually replicate the shots that I do in-game. There will be collectibles in there. That's the train care. In fact, I think I can see maybe a wheel set. I know I can see the rusty ones. There's nothing on shed. But unlike Birmingham Crewe, that shed's partly open. Waiting for the... There we go. Single yellow, bay 7. I really would like to see that with more vehicles, but I think my laptop would cry, to be honest. There's the 145 miles to Euston. So the West Coast Mainline South is near enough 40 miles. That is not long. This is more than double that. That's the Stoke line down to Stoke. There's locomotion services. Also empty. Let's move the camera down a bit. There's Crewe power box. And we are arriving at Crewe, so I need to go into First person. I don't know which side platform will be. I think it'll be this side. Yes, it'll be this side. It's usually this platform that the Trent Valley service goes into. Seeing if there's a... That's Liverpool Lime Street to London via Birmingham. There's a Evero, that'll be an 805, and it's about to leave. And stop.
This is Crewe, our final station. Thank you for travelling
Turn
with
it
London
on.
North Western Railway. Please take all
Open
your
my door.
Please mind the gap when leaving the train and step onto the platform.
Open those
before
doors.
removing heavy luggage and pushing.
There goes that service. Is that an 805? Thank you for travelling London North Western Railways. Yeah, it's an 805. Can tell by how far down the station
For
it
your
is.
safety, please be aware that some platforms at this station
See how many people are still getting off.
tactile paving on the platform edge. Once the train arrives,
And then
step from the platform.
it's not registered. So... Oi! I want to get out. Then you can close. Thank you. Right. We're now arrived at Crewe. As with Milton Keynes and Atherstone, I'd already done the collectibles here. Because you have to be here to start southbound run. But it is slightly more detailed than the Birmingham Crewe one. And this is the fun bit. You can hop to Birmingham Crewe. That will add another one on Thursday. Or yesterday, when this video goes out. Which will be Crewe to Preston in 1986. And what's the next? Manchester, Piccadilly, Newark Castle, Stafford, Newark Castle,
Please do not leave
Euston.
your luggage unattended on the station. Luggage left unattended may be removed without warning or destroyed or damaged
yeah.
by the security services.
I will be getting Crewe to Preston. That one I will pay full price for. And for me, that will be a day one purchase. So there'll be a video next week of that. I'm just panning with the train. Bye bye, Evero. Off to London via Stafford and Milton Keynes. The video I tried recording this morning was on one of those at 5 to 8 in the morning. Unfortunately, it didn't
The
work.
next train to arrive at platform
You can see
11
why
will be the 11:03
normally
London North Western Railway service to Liverpool Lime Street, calling at Crewe, Runcorn, Liverpool South Parkway, Moxley Hill, and Liverpool Lime Street. Platform 11 for the 11:03 London North Western Railway service to Liverpool Lime Street.
That's just going past the edge of mine. Yeah, you can tell why normally Trent Valley services
The next train to arrive
don't
at
have more than
platform
2
1 terminates here.
units coupled up. They only just fit in the platform with
For your
2
safety
units.
and comfort, this station operates a no smoking policy.
Platform over there is Northern. That should layer in. And this one gets East Midlands when it eventually arrives. I'll go and look at the passenger information system and see before we leave the Trent Valley line. See if there's anything coming in anytime. 10:58. So there is actually one coming in
Platform 11
from there.
for the 11:03 London North Western
Where's the
Railway
PIS on here? There it is.
Liverpool Lime Street.
That one,
At Liverpool
bit too long.
Lime Street only.
That'll be a... Oh, there it is. Hello. Northern Rail Class 323. That is layered from the Gosport branch. And this one, when it comes in,
The train at platform 11 is the 11:03 London North Western
You're gonna come in?
Railway service to Liverpool Lime Street. Calling at Liverpool Lime Street.
there should be
Will passengers intending to
a-
join the service, please join the train now, as it is ready to leave. Platform 11 for the 11.
Class 158 coming in.
Western Railway service to Liverpool.
Let's go into
Lime
map.
Street, which is ready to leave. The next
Oh, there it
train
is.
to arrive at platform 1 terminates
It's running a
here.
bit late.
The next train to arrive at platform 3
Can we go into that
terminates
yard?
here.
No. I'd have to walk or catch a train to have a look around it.
This is British Transport Police. If you
We'll wait for
wish
this
to get onto the
Northern East Midlands Railway service to come in,
1016 and we'll get it sorted.
and then
1016 seat
we
saved,
will
sorted.
finish the video. Which initially started as me just wanting to visit the stations and demonstrate them to you, and ended with me doing a bit of guarding, which was unexpected. We'll move up here, we can see what type of... Here it's a 158. That is from the Midland Mainline route, which is Leicester to Derby and Nottingham, or Nottingham and Derby, whichever way around. That's the type of unit that is used currently
The next train to arrive at platform
on
3 terminates here.
the Cambrian coastline until the end of this year, when they are supposed to be being taken over by Class 196s. That's 158865. Surprised he hasn't opened the doors yet. Ooh, I'm in a bit I'm not supposed to be in.
For your safety, please be aware that some platforms at this station have no
Driver's
or
disappeared,
partial
and the doors haven't
tactile
opened.
paving on the platform edge. Once the train arrives, please mind the step from the platform.
Go back on
onto
the
train.
platform. There we go. East Midlands trains.
next train to arrive at platform 5 will be the 11:04 Avanti West Coast service to London Euston, calling at Stafford,
That'll be a Pendolino.
Sandwell and
Anyway,
Birmingham New Street, Birmingham International.
I think that will do for this video.
Platform 5 for the 11:04 Avanti West Coast
Here it is,
service
Pendolino.
to London Euston. The next train to arrive at
Next
platform
video
6
will be
11:10 Avanti
me
West
doing one of
Coast
the
service
scenarios.
to Manchester Piccadilly,
Probably
calling at Crewe,
the
Wilmslow,
dispatch
Stockport, and
one.
Manchester
So that
Piccadilly.
looks interesting.
Platform 6
I mean,
11:10
the
Avanti West Coast service to Manchester Piccadilly.
Riviera line, you've got a dispatch session, which was fun.
Platform 5 for
This
the
one,
11:04 Avanti
it's
West Coast service
on,
to London Euston.
I don't know which station it is. I think it's Nuneaton. It's well worth doing, because it looks like that's going to be an option in the future. Doing dispatch, station dispatcher, or station master. I think it would actually be an interesting addition. I mean, you could basically watch trains and dispatch ones that are stopping at the station. Watch the ones that pass through at speed. So we'll go and look. It's there. Scenarios. Rugby. So there's a bit of running around. I've got to go underground to get to some of the things. And it's only 15 minutes. But it'll be worth doing. Actually, want that. I might just do that first. Avanti's new Class 807 units are currently undergoing testing before entering service. Drive a training run from Rugby to Stafford, learning about the line en route. So that's just the Trent Valley line itself. An hour. Yeah, I might do that as the next video. There we go. Trent Valley, out now. Just driven on it. I don't think I can... Which of these do I need? I'll get that maybe after the next patch, because there's a few errors with it. That will give me some freight. I have, as it says, owned. I've got the 220. I've got the 323. I've got Thomas. I've got the Pendolino. I've got the 170, even though it was showing it as a different class number. I would like the Western. That would be fun to drive up the West Coast, up the Trent Valley line. Got Scotsman. I do want to get the Class 86. That would be great at recreating some electric rail tours that come through the Trent Valley line. Class 33 would be nice, as would that one. Railhead treatment train I've got. Is there highlights? I'm trying to find the cargo line stuff, because that is other, maybe. Cargo lines. I've got nuclear. Need that one. That one. That one. And that one. They're £10 a piece. So that's £40 for them. That's not a layer on Trent Valley Line. Trying to see if there's any other British trains. Well, that would probably help me use Bakerloo line better, because even though I've followed other people's suggestion, these are what I've already got. I've got 45 add-ons now, which is crazy. Not all of them are installed. I've currently only got the British ones installed. So, yeah. I am now level 98. Currently, it's saying my favourite train's the Class 323. And my favourite route's the West Somerset. Yeah. That's going to change. Because that or that are my two favourite at the moment. Favourite route is the one we've just been on. Let's just have a look. How many of those have I found? Doesn't say. Doesn't even list them. Cross City. I found all but one. That one, I've not even been looking. East Coastway, not many. Glossop Line, most. Overground, everything. All 100. Holiday Express, everything. Northern Transpennine, some. Bakerloo Line, because I can't really use it, not many. A total of 12 out of 100. Midland Main Line, 32 out of 100. So, a third. Peak Forest, everything. Blackpool Branches, most but not all. Preston Carlisle, should be everything. One missing. I can't remember where that one was. Plymouth, the Riviera Line, most. Still a few missing. Spirit of Steam, still got loads to find. Great Western Express got loads to find. West Somerset, all but one. One fire bucket that is no longer there, because there was an update and it removed it. West Coast Mainline South, I found most of them. And then, so there's 40 of everything. Got the ships in the bottles, I found 7. The trains, I found 17. Wheel sets, I found 2, both on this video. The Spudman potatoes, 13. Second highest after trains. And then rugby balls, 8. And that's just that. I've got 28 platinum medals, 53 gold, 7 silver, 1 bronze. Don't know what the bronze was. Some routes you can't get platinum, but you can with others. I wonder if there's any Yeah, I've got that. Let's go newest. Anyone done anything for the Trent Valley stuff? I want to get a class 37. That is 350 stroke 1, 350 stroke 2, 350 stroke 3. No, they haven't done the 350 stroke 4, and they definitely haven't done an Evero yet. Okay. And then my creations. Why is that not... Oh, I've not... I don't think I've put Southeastern High Speed, have I? That's what I want. Not what I wanted. I wanted that. Choose a route. No. Southeastern High Speed hasn't been put back on. I forgot about that. I'll probably do that before too much longer. Anyway, I'm waffling. I hope you've enjoyed this more than a bit brief, a bit longer than brief look at the Trent Valley line. Original plan was to do just the stations. Then we did half the line as guard. So, got a mixed video. The next one will be the first scenario where we learn about the line. I know quite a lot about it anyway because it's my favourite line. But it's nice to learn extras. That will be... Well, I've already got a video recorded, which I've got to edit for Monday, which is a football special on the West Coast Mainline South. So, Wednesday, we'll return to the Trent Valley. Anyway, I hope you have a fantastic weekend. And return to see the Football Express. And then Trent Valley on Wednesday. Have a fantastic weekend and be seeing you.
Warbler Productions. Filming trains and events that happen in town.
Wearing his red Trilby Dale can be seen with cameras 3 all set up.
Steam trains and diesels, electrics and freights.
Dickens and fireworks, tractors